Aspects in Diablo 4 have a dirty little secret, and I'm here to spill the beans. Let's go with what we know first. We have the Razor Blade, for example. Does 11,000 thorns, right? Now, if I upgrade it, not only does it get more armor, also the amount of thorns actually goes higher. So we had 11,300, now we have 11,800. Upgraded another time, now that would be 12,000 thorns. So the amount of thorns actually goes up, right? Amazing. But we can't take the aspect out of it. Now you have something like damaging an elite enemy grants you 1,600 barrier, or damaging an elite grants you 5,700 barrier. That's great, isn't it? But the item is actually shit. You would go to the occultist and you would extract that aspect, wouldn't you? Nah. No, you wouldn't actually do that. Step number 1, we actually would go to the jeweler, jam the item in, and then upgrade it. Here again, it says 5,700, still 5,700, upgrade once. 5,900, okay. 5,900 still. 6,200, okay, I'll take it. And last but not least, the final upgrade would actually not give us more. So we're at 6,200. That is another 400 barrier plus for nothing, or 500 in total. And then if we now rip this out, it's going to be plus that value. So instead of 3,800, because obviously the amulet gives you 50% more, it is going to be a 4,141 aspect. So you can actually buff your aspects before ripping them out. And yes, that value stays. And if I now imprint it on a 5 times upgraded item already, I couldn't upgrade the item further, but it's already the maximum upgraded kind of aspect. Now comes the more intriguing question. What if I imprint this aspect now on an item that is not fully upgraded? So we're going to rip this out, and God, I'm just wasting money for you here. Then we're going to put in our chest piece and imprint the 4,100 aspect, which gives us 4,100 barrier. But the item itself is not fully upgraded. That gives us now a chest with a 4,100 barrier. Off to the smith. Now we have 4,100, 4,100, upgrade once. 4,100, upgrade once, 4,100, upgrade once, 4,100, upgrade once. You notice there is a maximum an aspect can actually reach. And you also see it in the tooltip. It says 1,800 to 3,600, but we actually have 4,141. So you can boost an aspect before ripping out to a higher value, but you can't reboost it. So if I'm looking, for example, for the Necromancer now, for a better boots aspect, I'm going to try to find a max roll on the Blizzard, but instead of just ripping it straight up out, I'm going to upgrade that to the max on the initial item, rip it out, and then imprint on the item where I do actually want this. Does that work now on every single aspect? Because I can see your brain already spinning with all the amazing stuff you could do. Hold on a second. This is, for example, 17% increased critical strike chance. And that does sadly not get higher. I'll show you though to actually prove it. In general, the rule of thumb is everything that has a flat value, a plus value, not a percentual value. These are druid items, by the way. Can get higher. Bone Storm 4%? No. Becoming injured and having 20 to 40 seconds cooldown? I'm actually not sure if that works. Let's try. Maximum number of skeletons? It's 2. It will always stay 2. You can't do anything about that. But for example, Blood Mist leaves a trail behind that deals damage. That one can get boosted to the max. Bone Storm and Blood Wave are now darkness skills. Yes, that can also get boosted to even more damage. Skeletons gain damage while alive up to 29%? Not. Now let's circle back to something that has a second buff thingy on it. Can we improve the seconds before we rip it out? Okay, we get 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Doesn't work. Flat damage values. Anything that has flat damage values wants to be improved. Percentual values, and I said I'm going to show it to you, is 34, 34, 34. You see how it is. If you have an item that gives you more pulverize, bone spear, arclash, I don't even know a single rogue skill, I'm so sorry, barbarian, whirlwind, epic shout, drop it in the comments below and tell me what of your abilities actually gets influenced by this. I mean, for the Necromancer and also for the barrier here, Like the number one thing I want is the maximum roll on my boots, but also the shadow damage on the Bone Storm is quite something nice. It's a minimal thing, but hey, we're out here min-maxing for the end game, so take what you can. But tell me also, what is going to get stronger now in your build? Now, as a little bonus general advice, because that question pops up in the chat quite a lot. If you want to upgrade an item, and if you especially want to replace stats, you definitely want to do this as long as they are rare. Because if we have a rare item here versus a legendary item, and you actually want to replace an affix, that's only 65,000. If you want to do this with a legendary item, it's already 121,000. And not only that, it also costs Fiend Roses on top to actually replace something. Yes, Fiend Roses and Forgotten Souls are from Helltide areas, so you want to have as many of them as possible because you'll need it in the long run. And as the cost, obviously, of replacing stats multiplicative gets higher, that is way cheaper on a rare item. So step number one, upgrade an aspect to the max, then rip it out if it is a flat value. Take your rare item, replace the stat that you want to replace, then imprint, and then upgrade. Why that order around? Because there's a bug where when you +5 upgrade an item, sometimes you can't imprint it anymore. If you want more of these tips, no worries. I collected 12 of them together in one video. Also, if you want to be the newest iteration of the Summoner Necromancer, and yes, I know the Summoner Necromancer is more like you do shadow damage and the minions follow up, it will get buffed. Still, there's the 4.0 video with all the information. Enjoy.